insects were here before we occupied this surface, and therefore they can really be a real menace. When somebody thinks of a bouquet or vegetables, the biggest pest is called Western flower thrips. Have we reached an impasse? Is it impossible to control it? Now, if you've never seen it, there it is. I don't have a pointer. Use of pesticide is no longer reachable. They develop resistance. We have issues with pesticide residues. Nobody wants them in the market. Nobody wants them in their tables. So what happens? We need to use biorationals. Biorationals are the use of other living organisms to control this. And I have examples here. On the far left, we have fungi. If you know how it looks, that is a fungi. Next to me is a nematode. Then in the middle, I have a tree. It's called neem. So we either use botanicals, that is plant products, or we use the other insects. Now, what is at stake with this pest? Every time you want to control it on the plant, there is a big number of them under the soil, and that's the big issue. So when it comes to Western flower thrips, we have instruments of mass destruction. No one gunshot can manage it. So what do we have for biocontrol? We have a small mite that controls the larval stage. The second larval stage can be controlled by the nematodes. The soil stage can be controlled by another small mite called Hypoaspis. Then the adults can be controlled by another fungi, and at the same time there is a big bug there called Aureus. Now my work was using two isolates of fungi, Metarhizium, the IPP isolate and Isipe strain. Isipe is in Kenya. Boveda strain is a market strain, and then we have a nematode here. Now, how do they work? For the fungi, they settle on the insect, you can see, then they develop, they sporulate. Then after that, the whole insect is covered with it. For the nematodes, the story is different. They get into through any opening, then inside they have a marriage. There is a symbiotic relationship, give me and I give you. They use a bacteria inside them to kill the pest. Now after that, they feed on the dead pest together with the bacteria and gets out, and you can be sure the second population is more dangerous than the first one. Now what happened here? We used what we call a microsome setup. We used beans. Then we introduced 10 whitefly adults. Then on the 8th day, when they are supposed to pupate, we applied the adults. Then after that, we applied the treatments. Then after that, now the thrips are supposed to be photosensitive. They like light, so all of them were up there in that small epinephrine tubes, and they were being collected. Now those that were from the fungi were further incubated, and we were able to establish, yes, some of the biocontrol takes time to act, but they really work at the end of the day. Now, this work also decided to be economically sensitive. Now, can we use lower dosages? For those who work with these biocontrols, they're damn expensive. So can we use lower dosages? Those that are underlined are actually the market rates. So we went dosages lower and combined to see what really works. Now, the issue is there's no one single biocontrol that can control this pest. Now, for the single strain, the single treatments, we had 3 of them from the fungi, then we had 2 neem treatments, and the other one is a nematode. Now, just as there are another 6, last weekend got into the selected 6, yeah? But it was fun because it was an own goal from Frankfurt. Were you guys really watching that football? We didn't watch. At least I watched. Now, from this, those that performed better were selected for further performance. The biopsy gave us up to 60% control. Now, you will see what happens. There are combinations. Now, these are the combinations for the fungi. Watch. The 3 of them are there. Wow. Now, you can see the neem pellets not doing quite well. The combinations with Steinanema is up there. Then the second one, we have the nematodes, and there they are. Those are the combinations. But you can see those that died from pellets is also quite down. Then we have for neem, and the performance looks wow. And then the 3 of them combined is also quite okay. Now the neem pellets, the other sister from the other mother, look at the performance. They don't look really good. You can ask yourself why. then again the three of them, not so good. Now you want to ask yourself a question, really what happened? When you combine them, you expect better performance, but really that's not what happened. Now I'll give you an example of what happened. The combination of a fungi plus one of the pellets, look at the results. Not so good. You can see. You really expect wow, but there's no wow. Now I'll give you another example. The same fungi, when combined with a nematode, what happens? Wow, something good happened. But now, how do I put pen to paper to this? I know some of you don't like figures. Even me, I don't like them, but that's the only way out. Now, we realize there's some interaction. Not so much has been documented on this, but now there are three interactions here. Now, when I put 40% kill from the fungi and 50% kill from the neem, and then when it is additive, I mean, just the two is good enough, then I expect 90%, then I call that additive. But if the two combined, I get 98%, then it is more than the two of them, then I say that is synergism. But then when I get 70%, then there is a problem, there's some antagonism, then I call it antagonism. So what happens in these combinations, I had two of them having synergism effect, four of them additive, and one antagonistic. Now, I said the fungi were looked at later to see if there was anything happening to them, and lo and behold, there they were. Very virulous fungi here can be seen here, doing a very great work on the pest. Now, that is my pest, dead here, well worked on by the fungi. Now, when this was again combined with what we had physically, then we had the single performing quite well up to 94%, and the combinations gave us up to 98% kill. That is combining the biosis and the after effect of the fungi. Now, I said we also looked at what happened when lower dosages were used. I'll just highlight because of time. Now, very low dosages of the fungi, when mixed with neem, was able to give us better results than a full dosage of the fungi. Now, this is really nice. The neem, that is a quarter of the market rate. The full rate is here at 1%. A quarter of the market rate, when combined with the Steinanema, could give a better performance than the market rate. Again, the same could be said of the nematode. Very low dosages, you could easily count this one, very low, could be combined with neem and give better performance. Now, at the end of the day, we could confidently tell the farmers that actually very low dosages of neem, when combined with either the nematodes or the fungi, gave very good performance. What do we carry home? The double combinations, the nematode plus the neem or the nematode plus the fungi, gave up to 97%, especially when late effect of the fungi called mycosis was looked at. Now, the triple combination gave us the greatest of this performance, giving us also 97% control. Now, the entomopathogenic controls, they can take long in the environment. They will establish and they can control this pest even when all the other methods have failed. The Arbeit Geber or the Geld Geber was DAD. Thank you for listening.